Hey, welcome back to the other side of the tracks. This is Chris. We got a very large box here on the layout. We're going to do another episode in our ongoing Menards building series. So let's get this box open. Fingers crossed it arrived okay, safe and sound, no major damages. I've been wanting this building for a long time, so really excited to check it out here with you today. All right, let's get to it. All right, pick this off of trains.com. Now, unfortunately, it did not have the original box from Menards, so they look like they packed it very well, thankfully. So far, so good. Obviously, it's a big factory. It's the Pepsi bottling plant. Let me get all this packaging out of the way. It's going to take me a while to get this out and very carefully extract this, and then we'll give it a closer look. I gotta say, I'm very happy with the way that Trains packaged this item. Layers and layers of packaging and bubble wrap and the paper, and I could tell they really put a lot of care into it. And I'm really glad that they really went the extra mile. It seems to be all intact, but they could have just shoved a bunch of paper in there, but they really um, thought about how best to protect it, and they kind of pre-positioned pads in all these different little places, and then paper around the outside. So I appreciate it. No one likes getting stuff damaged, but they really went the extra mile and very carefully and methodically wrapping up this item. So props to them. Yeah, just throwing the packaging back in the box. I mean, it completely fills the box, and then there was a giant factory in there too. So very well packaged. And here we have it, the Pepsi bottling plant from Menards in all of its great detailed glory. We're gonna get into it here. Wow, what a what a cruel looking building here. Do I wish it was Coke? Maybe, but Pepsi's pretty good too. That's my wife's favorite soda, so we're gonna roll with it. I have to say my favorite is gonna be RC Cola, then Coke, then Pepsi, but it's all good. Still a really cool looking plant here. Well, I think before we go into detail, let me plug this thing in, see if it lights up. Okay, we got our 4.5 volt cable, which of course is always sold separately. And there we go. Okay, we got lots of LED lights all over the place. We got rotating ventilation fans on the top here. We got a little safety hazard light blinking. And of course, this big Pepsi sign illuminating. And we do have a button right next to this power port on the side here. So now we have everything just blinking all together. Let's push it again. Solid. And back to the original. So, 3 different effect flavors with the sign there. That's pretty cool. Alright, before we go any further, it must be noted that this building features a tunnel. So you can get your rail line siding going right through it, or even the main line if you want. Or it could be a place for trucks making deliveries or picking up materials. Some Menard buildings have a detachable insert, but this building does not. It's just tunnel, which is fine. And there's the backside. Well, I suppose starting at the top, of course, we have these 3 rotating ventilation fan ducts here. Flat roof with that weathered look on it, which is very nice. On the left side of the building, we have this ladder. And some piping here. We have a hand-painted figure with toolbox doing some work here on the building. Lots of LED lights and these little decorative globes. And of course, windows all over every side of the building. The building itself does not have interior illumination, only these exterior LED lights, and of course, the big flashing sign in the front. We do have some decal signage, like right here. Danger 18 feet for clearance. All right, this other level here, we have a platform with safety yellow handrail, 3 painted figures, and hiding over here on the right by the door, is Jack the German Shepherd. No Menards building is complete without Jack being there. There's some little electrical boxes here and conduit next to the big flashing sign. Then we have this big kind of water tower on the side here, piping, and it's on a like a wood platform. Pretty cool. And of course, the Pepsi logo on it. Looking behind the building, we got another window. Where did this come from? Huh. Am I missing a window somewhere? So here we have an extra window from behind the Pepsi tower, but I'm not seeing any missing windows. They're all cut out of the sides here, and they have these little sills under them. There's no hole in the building that's missing a window. And looking at photos of what the building looks like, it looks like they're all there. So I don't know, maybe they accidentally dropped in an extra during assembly. Mistakes do happen. Speaking of mistakes, let's check out the first level here. Right, so looking at the first floor of the building in the front, we do have 3 truck bays, which is pretty cool, and they all have signage. Do not park in front of door. We got these little sides and roofs here for weather protection, so they have that connection with the pickup, or they have that connection with the semi-trailers that back up to it. We have the office door for access for employees or visitors. Other signage here: office, stop, all visitors must report to main office. But then here we go. On the job safety begins here, but clearly upside down. This is not the first time I've seen a sticker put upside down. Now, it could be just quality control not paying attention, or, well, in China, maybe the factory assembly worker can't read in English. This just looks like a bunch of gibberish to them compared to Mandarin characters. So either way, I've definitely seen that before. So I could attempt to peel that sticker off and put it the correct way, but actually I think it's kind of funny, especially since it's a safety-related signage. So I'll just leave it like that. It doesn't bother me. All right, so we got roof, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a 5-story building, more or less. Lots of windows. Even inside the tunnel, there are windows and signs. Let's take a closer look at that. All right, here we see we have 4 windows on the interior of this tunnel area. And if we adjust the building here and take a look at the more factory side, we have more signage. It's that same "on the job safety begins here" sticker from the front that's upside down, but in this case, it is correctly applied. We have a loading bay door here, and just like in the front, an office door and a signage: stop, all visitors must report to main office. So identical to the front, but they got it on both sides here. Interesting they put that in the tunnel. So this side of the train tunnel also has that danger clearance 18 feet sign. And of course, danger railroad crossing sign as well. So lots of decals, lots of windows. This building is very blue, nice and big. Menards has done quite a few factories, and I've shown a few of them here on the channel to date. Plenty of LED lighting on this building, all 4 sides. Great illumination. 24 globe lights, sure to light up your whole layout. All right, let's take a look at the dimensions now. So width, just over 14.5 inches, and depth from the front to the back of the tunnel there, coming in at about 10 inches. Well, maybe a little bit more because of these loading bays in the front, come to think of it. I guess 10.5. Height-wise, looks like the tallest point is going to be this little tower, about 13.25 inches for the height, up to this top of the big Pepsi can tower. All right, so in summary, we got 4 workers on the various platforms. Jack the German Shepherd, lots of LED lighting, really awesome Pepsi theming, and it's a big, huge factory building. Great piping detailing, signage everywhere, loading bays. They look great with accessories. Speaking of which, I might have one laying around here. Here you go. Ordered a little something off of eBay. Let me get this out of there. Here we go. Pepsi tanker. Perfect. Yes, this will do just fine. This Pepsi factory building was released by Menards in June of 2017, and they have had some other Pepsi items, flat cars with trucks on it, Pepsi themed trucks, but this particular rolling stock is really nifty tank cars. It says here built by Menards 2021, so this came out 4 years after this factory was released. Alright, here's the stickers on either side. Pepsi tanker. Now, it would look really nice having a whole consist of these Pepsi tank cars rolling into this factory. But, well, since these came out a few years ago, they're a little harder to get now. And you do find them. They're not as inexpensive as they were when they were originally released. Menards, thankfully, when they come out with stuff, they're pretty inexpensive as compared to other manufacturers like MTH or Lionel, but they're always very limited runs. They make a certain number, and then that's it. So if you want to get it later, well, you're going to have to pay for it on the secondhand market. All right, we're opening this for the very first time. This brand new Menards Pepsi themed tank car. Well, it definitely has vibrant colors. Really cool looking. Of course, the greatest challenge is finding where do I put this new building on the layout. So, well, I managed to shoehorn the Pepsi factory there in the back left corner. Move things around a little bit. I might have one or two Menards buildings here on the layout. One or two. We're definitely going to have to acquire a couple Menards Pepsi trucks for those loading bays there. Now here we are behind the Pepsi factory. We do have our 036 curve switch here for this siding going through the factory. This siding is going through the Pepsi factory and then Morton Salt factory. And, well, I might as well just fully commit and get another switch. So that way I can fully go through on that siding there. Yeah, I think that'll work a little better. But in the meantime, we do have a switch in the back there behind the Pepsi plant. And here in the foreground, we also have our Pepsi tank car from Menards, as well as another Menards item. This 2-bay hopper, which is translucent. Very awesome. Check it out. Yep. All right, let's get these trains rolling. Well, folks, there we have it. The wonderful Menards Pepsi factory building at O scale. I really hope you enjoyed checking out with me here today on the channel. If you did, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon. I greatly appreciate all of your support. Well, until the next video, we will see you here on the other side of the tracks. Have yourself a wonderful day.